only one of you in Chicago. What do you do?
There's only one of me, I think, in the country currently, and my company does referrals for pet services for clients who are looking for, anything from dog walking, pet sitting, veterinary, grooming, training, whatever it is that you could possibly need. So anyone who has a new dog or cat, anyone who's rescued a new dog or cat, they contact us and we help them find whatever it is that they need by matching them up with one of our service providers in our network, which has about 100 people in it. And those are all vetted, insured, bonded, licensed professional pet care providers.
Okay, so an interesting niche. And Bill Mahler, who precedes my show, on his show all the time, talks to entrepreneurs that begin small businesses that do interesting things. Well, you have one of those. You have a small business, and it's really an interesting thing. I don't believe there's a niche. I mean, you've created this. It wasn't a niche. Oh, we need a canine concierge. Probably people didn't stop you on the street and tell you this is what you need to do. How did you come up with the idea?
I had a dog walking and pet sitting company for about 4 years, and throughout the process of having that, I only covered a small area of the city, a little bit of the West Loop, a little bit of the Loop, a little bit of the Gold Coast. And I had people calling me all the time asking me for referrals for, maybe they needed a dog walker in Logan Square, maybe they needed a dog walker in Lakeview, and I didn't cover those areas. So rather than saying, sorry, I can't help you, I developed a large network of service providers all over the city that handled every service you could possibly imagine. I vetted them all. I visited daycares and boarding facilities and groomers, and I audited training classes. And throughout the last couple of years, I developed a network where anytime somebody would call me for a service that I couldn't provide because I either didn't provide that service, it was outside my scope of what I did provide, or it was outside the area that I worked in, I would hand it over to somebody else who I knew would be a good match for that client, and I would hook them up. That way, the client got taken care of, got the services that they needed without having to go do the research themselves. So at some point, I just decided that I was going to do that full time. I sold my other company, and this is what I do.
Well, you are amazing. You know how I know that? A text from 847 at 24720 says, "You are amazing." That's the text. It says she's amazing. So if you want to text us with something, maybe if you have a question or an additional comment, feel free to do that or call 312-981-7200. So let's say I want a veterinarian. My veterinarian just retired, or my veterinarian fell into a well and Lassie wasn't there to rescue the veterinarian. I don't know, but I need a veterinarian. So you even supply names, and I suppose they're geographically, but how do you determine who's a good veterinarian for whom?
Well, somebody would either call or email me, and from there I'd find out what area they lived in, what kind of pets they had, if there are any special needs. Sometimes somebody might be looking more for a holistic vet, or somebody might be looking more for a vet who specializes in dermatology, or they'll need an oncologist, or, something of the sort. So I look through whoever's in their area, and there's quite a few veterinary specialists that I work with, and I would refer them to maybe one great vet in their area, maybe a couple different places, depending on what they need. It's very specific. So.
And choosing a veterinarian is not an easy thing. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what to look for in a dog walker, a pet sitter, and moreover, we are going to get out the party horns and hats. There's only one of you in Chicago. Yeah, there's only one of you in Chicago. What do you do?
There's only one of me, I think, in the country currently.